Hey guys, how's it going? It's Janie over here at Janie Sweets, and welcome back to another Friday Fixes episode where you ask me your cake questions and I do my best to answer them for you. Now, this episode is going to be all about cake websites. Why do you need them? What you should include in them? How do you even go about building them? I'm going to walk you through what I have in my website. Now, this website is definitely not, the most elaborate website, but it's definitely clean, simple, and to the point. So if you want to learn how I made this, keep on watching. Now, the first thing that I want to talk about is why you need a cake website to begin with. Why not just, conduct business on Instagram or on Facebook or Pinterest or even on your email? Now, this is perfectly fine to do if this is working for you. Continue to do what you're doing. But what I found is that a lot of times when people ask me, oh my gosh, I really love your work, do you have a website? And I would tell them, no, I don't have one right now. The look that I would get was always like, oh, well, you must not be, professional, or you must not be doing this, as a real business. This is just kind of like a side thing for you. So in order to be taken more seriously, I found that when you have a website, people respect you a lot more. It's almost like a prestige kind of thing. Like, you have a website, you must know what you're doing. So this is why I think it's extremely important to have your website there. Second thing that I find why a website is important is because a lot of times clients will ask you questions, and if you have, an FAQ section on your website, or if you have a place where they can order on your website, it just makes it a lot easier for you, where you can just refer them to the website and everything is there and precise and perfect for them to see. I'm going to go through what I have on my website so that you can follow along, and if you want to implement this on yours, you definitely are more than welcome to. So the first thing that you see when you open up my website is my homepage. Now on the left hand side, you're going to see my little logo, and then right here in the middle you see my my catchphrase, which is custom cakes and desserts for all occasions. Now I have two of my pictures here. I have my cake picture that I also have as my icon on Instagram, and then or on YouTube, and then I have a little piece of a dessert table that I created, and then right in the middle in bold letters, I have a big button that says order here. Now, when people come onto your website, the first thing that they want to see is how can they order from you? Because 9 times out of 10, they're coming on your website to order. So you want to make sure that you make it very visible and that you put it on your homepage so that it's the first thing that people see. And then I have my location. I'm in Elmwood Park, New Jersey. I wouldn't suggest you put your full address here because this is for the world to see, and if you're doing this out of your home, you don't want strangers just showing up to your house. So you could put your area. So I have my town and my state, so that if somebody's in California, they don't think that they can order from me, because that's not going to be possible. The next thing that I have is how to contact me. I prefer for people to email me rather than calling me, so that's why I have my email address here. Now, moving on to the next page, what I have here are my prices. So I make both cakes and dessert tables, so I have a section for each. So this is just a picture of a wedding cake that I made, and this is again another part of that dessert table that I created. So let's just say that the person is interested in seeing what kind of desserts I make and how much I price them. They could just click here, and then it gives them a price breakdown. So for my cupcakes, it'll be $30 per dozen. For my cake pops, $35. And this is going to be whatever you want your prices to be. You want to list them on here. Somebody had asked me a while back, is it important to put your prices on your website? I think it is, because then that gives somebody, an idea of how much they're going to be in for, if they can afford your work or not. So I like to put my prices there, but at the top you can see I put these prices are based on dessert with minimal design. They are used as a guideline and will change based on the level of difficulty of your specific design requirements. So I tell them that this is a base price, but it's going to change depending on what kind of designs you want on your desserts or on your cake. Now, the next thing I have on here, the next tab is flavors. I like to break down my flavors by cake. So I make chocolate cakes, vanilla cakes, lemon, strawberry, red velvet, coconut, etc., etc. And then I have another section where I put my fillings. So this is my regular fillings. Those are just buttercreams with some kind of flavoring in them. So like a peanut butter buttercream, or like a dulce de leche or mocha buttercream. And then I have my premium fillings, which are something that I actually make that's not buttercream. So like, you know, like a cookie dough filling, cookies and cream filling, pineapple filling. So that's just anything that's extra and not really a buttercream. Now moving on to your gallery. Now this is extremely important because I think that's the second most important thing that people come on your website to see, is what kind of work have you done before? Can you accomplish what I want you to accomplish? So what I have here is my all of my pictures broken out in sections. So I have my wedding and bridal shower cake, then my kids and baby showers, my party tables, etc. So for example, when you click on my wedding and bridal shower, you can see everything that I've created. And again, this is, you don't have to put every single picture that you think fits into that category. You want to put the most beautiful pictures that you have in that category. So for example, my favorite wedding cake is this one. So I have this right at the top, and then I have this one that I really like. I also have this one that I really like. Oh my gosh, and this cake, I remember making it. It was such an awesome cake. I absolutely loved it. It was like 4 feet tall. It was really great. So anyway, yeah, you definitely want to put the pictures that you're most proud of, or the cakes that you're most proud of first. So the way that I find is more appealing to people is to see weddings first, because wedding cakes are just like a big thing and people want to see what can you create. And then kids and baby showers, those are very important. Then party tables, and then you have your other kinds of cakes, like your for her, for him, sculpted cakes, special occasions, so like Thanksgiving cakes, Halloween cakes, Christmas cakes, and then your dessert cakes are down here. Now I take payments online. If you have seen my cake contract Friday fixes video, if you haven't, I will link it for you guys below. But it talks about, you know, how to go about making a contract that you can give your clients. And in my contract, I have an invoice number, and this is what the client would put right here. So it's very straightforward. They would put their name, their email address, their phone number, and then the invoice number, so that I know what it's referencing to. And then they would click whether they're making a deposit, or they're paying the balance, or they're paying in full, and then they will submit the payment. Now this gets linked straight to my PayPal account, and it's very easy to follow, and PayPal is a very trustworthy site, so clients feel very confident and very comfortable paying me online. And the reason why I do it this way, as opposed to the client giving me cash or giving me a check or anything, is because it's easier to track. I see exactly how much they've paid me. I see exactly for what, if it was the deposit or the balance or paid in full, and it's just a little bit easier for me to handle. Now, the most important thing here that I am not going to spend a lot of time speaking about here, because I want to leave this for the next Friday fixes, is how to take online orders. I no longer take orders on Facebook, on Instagram, or on email. I've had horror stories happen to me, and it's just not worth it to me. I have a website, and I figured, why not find a way for people to be able to order from me online? Now, the reason why I'm not going to go in depth into this is because it's a little too long, and I only have 15 minutes to talk to you real quick. So I'm going to speak in depth about it in the next Friday Fixes video, but just know that I take my orders online. So for example, if somebody wanted a dessert, they would click here, and then they would get either individual desserts or a table setup. Let's say they want individual desserts, and then I have a form that they would fill out. They would submit the form, and then it comes to me, but I will go through that process with you guys, like I said, in the next video. I'm going to skip shop for a second. I'm going to go on the about section. Now, this is just a little paragraph about yourself. You don't have to put it there. I prefer to put it there just so that people know that this is a person, you know, making the cake. That person has a story. You can put a picture of yourself if you want. I prefer to just leave a picture of my cakes on there. So I just have my name, and then my company name, which is Janie Sweets, and then a little bit about myself, how I got started, etc., etc. So you can read it if you're interested on my website, but we're gonna move on. Now, the other most important part is the FAQ, the frequently asked questions. Now, this, I cannot tell you enough how many times people have asked me questions and I've directed them on there. There is everything you can think of on this specific section. Now I have them broken down between sections and then subsections. So there's price, delivery, flavors and tasting, ordering information, payment, miscellaneous. So now, for example, if somebody wants to know about payments, what methods of payments do you accept? They can click on it and then they see the answer right there. Or is a deposit required when you place an order? They click on it and they see right there. So literally everything is on here. How much do you charge for your cakes? I direct them to the page where the prices are in there. You know, ordering information. Can I supply my own cake or dessert table designs? Blah, 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 blah. Anything you can think of that people have asked you, you can put that in the frequently asked questions so that people can read it and they don't ask you the same questions over and over and over and over again. Now, these are the basic things that I think you should definitely have on your website. You can have more, you can have less, but I absolutely think that these are like, if you have these, you're golden. Now, to make my website, it really took me a very long time. It took me a little less than a year. I tweaked it so many times. I've done so much to it until I narrowed it down and, you know, found what really, really works for me. So because I know this takes so long and so much time, what I have come up with is a carbon copy of my website. So I pretty much copied and pasted my website onto another website, and what I'm doing here is I am willing to sell that to you. And what I have is a 50% off discount, but only for the first few weeks that this video is going to be up. So definitely grab that if you're interested. And what it is like I said, a template of the website, and also once you purchase this, you are going to have access to a whole other video that is going to talk about in depth what you do to fix this however you want it. So you can customize this website however you want it to look like. So I'm going to go section by section and talk to you guys about each and every one of them and how you can edit them and add your own stuff on there. So it's extremely helpful. It narrows everything down for you. So if you liked how my website turned out, you can definitely purchase this template and then put your own information on there. And it's wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. It's super easy to work with. I used Wix and it's very, very, very user friendly. So if you're interested in that, definitely check out the description box below where I'm going to link the exact website where you can purchase this from me. And so yeah, so that is it, you guys. I really, really hope you have enjoyed this video. If you found this helpful at all, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family. Definitely subscribe to the channel so that you do not miss out on any of my future videos. So yeah, that is it for this week's video, you guys. I love you. I'll talk to you next time.